If you're ready to take back control of your health, you're in the right place. Welcome to Awaken Wellness with me, Tanya Candy, registered nurse and health coach. Now, I'm not your typical nurse. I consider myself divorced from traditional healthcare. I broke free of the sick care system in 2019 when I realized that the root cause to my sickness, my autoimmune disease, and my chronic pain was me. If you're ready for truth, for clarity, for honesty in a tough, love, compassionate way, I'm the coach for you. Join me while we dig into our root causes of sickness and disease. All right, it looks like I gotta adjust my camera. I'm almost there. Everybody welcome in and get organized here. Let me get going. I guess I just wasn't as organized as I thought. All right, that should do it. Yeah, there we go. All right. Welcome in everybody on social media land. We have got some amazing guests this evening who are going to talk about their story and their truth using peptides, specifically GLP-1, or the other name we might hear about it is Ozempic or semaglutide, and then there's the GLP-1/GIP, trizepatide, or Wegovy. It is the hottest topic right now, and the opinions are all over the place, from the horror stories to the healing stories, right? And what we're seeing across the board, what makes the difference is the big picture, the rest of the story. What kind of health was the person in before they started doing kind of aggressive weight loss, right? There's a lot of blame going around. There's a lot of confusion in this space. So the two guests that I'm going to bring on tonight, they have got a story that needs to be told. Really, really needs to be told. First off, I'm gonna bring up Jennifer Worsland because she's got another commitment. She can only be with us for a short time. So we're gonna start with her, and then after that, we will have Lori Jensen, and we'll bring them both on together. You're welcome to get in the comments. We want to talk. We want your comments to really get this conversation going. So whoever you are, if you're one with a healing story, or if you're one with a not so wonderful story from using these peptides, we want to hear from you. All right, welcome to the stage, Jen.
Hi,
Hi.
how are you?
I'm really good. How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah. It looks like we've got a few people on. I hope somebody gives us some comments. But just start with our story. Start with your story. What led you to use peptides?
Well, it's a long story, but I'll shorten it up. So I got introduced to peptides by my naturopath after going through a year of treatment for breast cancer. And I have Hashimoto's. Kind of all started in 2023. I had an ovarian tumor. It was benign. Got a hysterectomy. They left one ovary. And then a couple months later, I was diagnosed with Hashimoto's. And then about a year to the date after that, the breast cancer. And so I got through all the treatments, and my inflammation markers were going back through the roof. And that's when it was brought up I should probably try microdosing. At first, I completely against it because you don't know what you don't know.
Hey, wait,
Um,
stop, Jen. Tell us, what is microdosing? Why is that
oh,
different than what the doctors are doing?
Um, so the microdosing, I just do 2.5 milligrams of the tirzepatide. So that's, I mean, it is a therapeutic dose. That's the starting therapeutic dose for the weight loss, but I don't go up. I don't go more than that. I've only done the microdose. Sometimes I'll do a little bit less, but I've never gone up above that. And so the weight loss ones, you start at, if you've never done it before, you'll start at a lower dose. And then month 2, you'll go up to a little bit higher dose. And then month 3, a little bit higher. Where with the preloaded pens, what I've been learning is they'll increase each week. So a lot of times people are getting sick from like the other ones like Zepbound, stuff like that. People will have side effects because just like if you drink too much alcohol, you're going to get sick. So I just highly suggest anyone, wherever you're getting it, don't increase every week. You're going to get sick. I mean, your body
That
has to get
explains
used to
so
it.
much. Thank you for clarifying that. I don't think a lot of people understand that. We use that term a lot, microdose, but what does this mean? So thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes.
But yeah, I am a super proponent, big proponent of slow and low. And then, if you want to increase month 2, month 3, but not every week. That's just going to cause some issues. So I started microdosing and I'm down 26 pounds. And a lot of people are like, well, you've lost a lot of weight. I lost a lot of inflammation. My pictures all over out there. My belly was bloated and looked like I was 9 months pregnant. But even my face has changed so much. And the way I feel, I just had an appointment with my naturopath today. And I'm like, I feel so good. And then I started thymosin alpha 1 also because that's for people with autoimmune conditions. My naturopath actually prescribed it a couple months ago. Ellie didn't have it yet, so I was so happy when they got it. I do the BPC 157 for inflammation. I recently started the GHKCU, so I do quite a bit of peptides. But our body naturally produces them. So I feel really good on them. I mean, I feel better now than I have in the last 10 years. And I keep thinking, I'm like, I'm going to be 50 and I am looking back because I really have been sick for a long time. I mean, even in my 30s. And so I'm like, I feel better now than I did in my 30s. I'm just feeling really, really good. And I just love sharing my story to help others.
Well, yeah, you're one of those people that knows, like really knows that your health is your wealth. And so you've been blessed. You've been blessed with extra income with our peptide company with LEMD. So why wouldn't you pour that back in? You're a cancer survivor. Like remind us where some people don't know your story. Where were you last year? 1 year ago.
Oh my God, I have to look at the date here, January 30th. Well, I had to do 12 rounds of chemo. So I started that in August, got done November 11th of last year. And then I had to do a whole year of this targeted therapy. And so I was in the middle of that last year at this time. And I did not. So I got thrown into menopause right when I started chemo because they wanted to give me a shot to kill off my last lone ovary. And I'm like, absolutely not. You're going to be putting so much poison into my body. No. So had them take my ovary when they placed my port, got thrown into menopause right when I started chemo because I thought, oh, I'm going to feel like crap. I'll just get it all done at once. Well, I did not realize all the symptoms I was having from chemo because so I was having a lot of hot flashes, but I thought it was from the steroids, all this stuff they were putting through my body. And so once I got done with chemo, I'm like, what the hell's going on with my body? I just hurt. My joints ached from head to toe. The hot flashes, the water retention, just everything that comes with menopause. And so once, I started microdosing, within the first week, I could tell that I mean, all that pain was starting to go away. And so I was like, what is this all about? um, but yeah, so January, end of January last year, yeah, I was still in the middle of treatment. I mean, I still had another 7 months to go of treatment, and when I first got diagnosed and I had my surgery, the surgeon told me, oh, I don't foresee you needing any sort of treatment. So I went from one doctor telling me I wasn't going to need any treatment to then the next month, the oncologist telling me I'm going to need 12 rounds of chemo and a whole year of targeted therapy. And it was just a lot. And I thought, once I got through all that, this is just how I'm going to feel. I'm just going to feel like crap the rest of my life. But thankfully, that's not the case. And I'm feeling really, really good. And I mean, even today, I was talking with one of my friends, and I get a little emotional because I'm looking at her and I can see myself many years ago. And I'm like, you need to take care of yourself. You really, really need to put everyone else on the back burner. And it might seem selfish, but you have to take care of yourself, because you're going to end up paying for your sickness eventually. It's just, and I had to pay for both. I'm paying for my health now and still paying off my sickness. So, which I will be for a long time.
Yeah, there's just so much in that. And I love everything that you've said so far, just helping our audience. We know that every individual has to make their own choice, and what they put in their body, whether it's food, what they eat, or what they do for peptides, what they do for medications. And we're absolutely not here to guilt anybody. We're not here to shame anybody. We're not here to say that bad things haven't happened in some cases, with people using GLP-1s. We have learned, from a functional standpoint, that there is so much mismanagement, but people can fast wrong and they can do damage. They can exercise wrong and they can do damage. So there is always, consequences with the choices that we make. One thing that I really think about is some of the negative stuff that we hear, and the extremes. Well, the common denominator still was the person in charge of their own life can stop at any time. Nobody's forcing anyone, to do anything. But I love hearing about your side effects. Your side effects was reduced pain. Your side effects were feeling amazing because of your individual choices and the alignment with your telehealth practitioner, and finding something that works for you. So that is amazing, and more people need to hear so they can make up their own mind. We're not here to convince anyone, and we're not here to say that bad things haven't happened. We're just here to tell our truth.
Yeah, I agree. Well, and today, my naturopath, I hadn't told her yet that I stopped my thyroid meds, because I just kind of did that on my own. Because looking back at my TSH and stuff, even before I started on meds, I really didn't need to be on it. And she's like, oh, okay. And I go, you know me, I just do what I want. So, and she's like, yeah, we should have chatted about that. But I mean, I'm taking a different supplement. I am on a lot of supplements, but it's to help support there was a lot of damage done from all the treatments that I had to do. And I'm thankful that I did. So my naturopath is specialized in oncology also. And thank God for her, because she helped support my organs, my system through all of it. She got me started on like CoQ10 because my heart was starting to really be affected by the treatments. My ejection fraction was going down. I was to the point I couldn't come up the stairs to get up to my bedroom. I would have to stop halfway up. I was really short of breath. And she came into the picture and helped me support my heart and just everything. And so I'm super, super thankful for her. So I have a whole medical team. I still have my oncologist. Then I have my naturopath oncologist. I have a functional med provider, and then I have the telehealth providers that manage my peptides. And my naturopath knows all my peptides I'm on. And even today, I was asking her about the thymosin alpha. Like, is this a correct dose? And she goes, I'm leaving that up to them because they're the ones that are prescribing it. And she goes, the ones that I get are still in they state on them, research grade and all of that. So I'm not sure how they're dosing those ones because the research ones you just order yourself. So I didn't even ask that, but she just leaves all of that up to the telehealth providers because they're the ones prescribing them. So
Yeah, I love that. I love that team approach. And I agree. There's so much everybody wants in this peptide space. And before we go too much further, I'm streaming over on Instagram too, and there's a comment. I think they might have come in a little bit late on our conversation. Um, I think they might have missed the positive outcome of the GLP-1s, and they're talking about gallbladder. They're saying, that gallbladder issues are directly related to GLP-1 use. Are you concerned about your gallbladder, or do you feel like you're digesting better?
oh my gosh, I've had stomach problems my entire life. IBS really bad. I had to have a colonoscopy. It was before I got diagnosed with breast cancer because they thought I might have had colon cancer. Thankfully, I did not. I had some polyps and stuff, but my stomach is the best that it's ever been. So that was another thing. I would either have diarrhea or constipation. And sometimes I would go like 3 days without going poop. Now it's every single day, but I also take glutathione, that is one. I, I started it right after I started the GLP-1, and I do love that one. I can really tell a difference. It's really helping me detox. But no, my stomach has been the best that it's ever been. And I have a couple people that don't have a gallbladder and they're on the GLP-1 and they're totally fine. So I'm not sure about the gallbladder issues with the GLP-1. I have not heard that, and I can only go by how I feel. And I feel fabulous. My stomach is the best that it's ever been. My thyroid is pretty much healed, which is crazy because there's a stigma out there about thyroid stuff too, and I don't know. I will keep on screaming that I love being on the GLP-1 because of how it has changed everything about me. It's
Agreed.
yeah, it has been so good for my health, and yeah, it's crazy when I look back at pictures from several years ago. I'm like, geez, I was so chronically inflamed for so long. My face, the moon face they always talk about. So.
Well, and fatty liver, being fat, is hard on your gallbladder.
Oh
So
yeah, and I had fatty liver too, and
avoiding
now
that, there is a lot of people with gallbladder issues that never touched a GLP-1,
yeah,
right?
yep,
So, and that's bad news travels fast. That's why we're here telling our good news.
yeah.
We're here telling our good news, and like we're saying, this is an open conversation. We're not all completely one-sided here. We recognize that there's mismanagement in plenty of areas. Like we said earlier, if you're just tuning in, you can exercise to extremes and cause damage to your body. You can fast to extremes and cause damage with your body. From a functional standpoint, we want to look at the whole person and we want to look at nutrition. And right now, this conversation is around a microdose. So I think there's a lot of people just coming back in. Quick, tell us again, Jen, what does that mean, microdose?
The microdose, I'm on tirzepatide, so my dose is 2.5 milligrams. And so I don't ever go above that. Sometimes I will go below that, but that's what I take. The 2.5 milligrams is the starting therapeutic dose, but Microdose just stays the same. It doesn't go up or down. I do have to say though that if someone has like SIBO, something like that, I'm not sure if the GLP-1, it might cause issues, is what I'm going to say on that. Because if you have, a bacterial overgrowth going on in your stomach, and then you're trying to take, this peptide, your body's not going to really know what to do. And you have to take care of that first. And I had SIBO, gosh, it was 2 or 3 years ago. And I worked with a provider getting that healed as well. And it's like night and day. Sorry, something was in my eye. Night and day on my stomach with that too. So that was part of the bloating
For
also.
sure. Yeah. And that's why from the functional standpoint, a lot of people they know that, right? Like I always say, and still I'm a work in progress. A healthy body finds a healthy weight. And when you're really overweight, it that there was problems there on multiple levels that were unknown to the person. So, and those high blood sugars, and then all of a sudden bringing a person's blood sugar down. I mean, yeah, that can feel a lot different. You can have some side effects, even like if you're fasting, if you'd been fasting for 24 hours and the first thing you ate was 3 cupcakes, you bet you're going to be sick, right? From
Yeah.
those extremes in blood sugar. And a lot of people are just not very metabolically flexible. So when you start quickly tweaking that blood sugar, there's some weird things that can happen, in any way you're doing it.
Well, and GLP-1 is not a quick fix. Like I tell everyone that anytime I have a customer or a client, I'm like, it's not a quick fix. You have got to combine it with a healthy lifestyle. You got to incorporate exercise, get your protein in, look at the quality of food that you're putting in your body. Yes, water, I mean electrolytes. It's the whole picture, not just, one thing. Yeah, you're not going to be as hungry. I don't really have that issue on the microdose. I mean, it does get rid of that food noise for sure. I don't crave sugar at all anymore. I used to be, I really, really like black licorice. And then I found this one at the health food store that was a lot healthier than other ones, but it was still has sugar in it. I mean, it comes from molasses, but I don't crave any of that stuff anymore. So if like I want a sweet treat, I usually go find a recipe for something that is made with like dates or something like that. So you just find different alternatives. And it takes me a long time to go grocery shopping. I scan everything and I really look at the seed oils. If I could tell anyone one thing to start with foods, get the seed oils out of your diet. So,
Yep, amen. Um, you are wanting to be off by 7:30, so you're getting kind of close.
yep.
Tell people who are here or on the replay where they can find you. I love your story page. So let us know on Facebook where that is at. Let us know on social media. And if you could post your peptide link in the comments, that
Okay,
would
I'll
be
do that.
awesome.
And then I'll post. Yeah, I have a Facebook group where I share lots of different things about non-toxic living. Um, LEMD had me on the Real Journeys, Real Outcomes series where I shared my story. So I can post that link in here too. Yeah, I like sharing my story because I just love helping people feel better. It's really scary, the whole cancer thing. It's so scary. And I have my follow up coming up. I have to go in every 2 to 3 months, and it gives me anxiety. But I have, well, I have this blood test that I get done. It's called the Signatera blood test, and went over that finally today with my naturopath, and that will identify sooner than a scan would. So I'm not doing scans. I just think it's overkill on the scans. So we're following this blood test. If my markers start going up, then we'll do a scan. But yeah, it consolidated my whole view on it even more after I talked to her today, because I was like, okay, because I always have to, I research everything and then I have to run it by her so she can tell me in layman's terms, like, what does this mean? So
And mitochondria, you're doing the methylene blue too, aren't you?
I am, yeah.
Yeah.
So and that's the whole thing. Like my body, okay, my cancer was triple positive, so hormone positive, estrogen, progesterone, and HER2 positive. My cancer was not due to my estrogen. Like,
Amen. Amen.
and that's the biggest thing. And there's people that disagree with me on that. Your tumor is fed by estrogen, but it is not from estrogen. Your cancer is not from your hormones. I mean, this will ruffle some feathers. I am on a testosterone pellet. I started a testosterone pellet. It has an aromatase inhibitor in it in case the testosterone aromatizes to estrogen. That we're just kind of protecting it that way. But I think my doctor should be happy because I wasn't even taking an aromatase inhibitor before. So I'm like, well, I am now.
Compromise, yeah.
I'm trying to preserve because I have a lot of back issues. I have some bone loss that's going on.
Density, yeah.
Yeah, so we're trying because just getting thrown into menopause like that. So we're trying to preserve that, and I'm telling you, I feel a lot better being on that. I'm not working out like I was before. I can't lift as heavy as I was, but I have been lifting, and I'm not getting really, really sore and inflamed like I was before. So, I mean, all good things. And if people want to reach out to me, there's a doctor, we're following her protocol on the testosterone pellets. She used to be a breast cancer surgeon, and she started treating patients with testosterone with the AIs, or breast cancer patients. And she has studies out there. She followed, I have to get tested. I think in the beginning here, I'm getting tested every 2 weeks. So we're really following my hormone levels to make sure they're all correct and not fluctuating and stuff. I mean, my testosterone is going to go up, but that's what we want because mine was at 10. So I thought it was at 5, but that was my first test. It was at 10. So trying to get it up to at least 100. So, and a lot of people are like, well, what? Testosterone, that's for men. No, we need it too.
We do. That's something that I think I might see in my future. I think I'm going to hold out for LEMD and work with them on it. But that's something that I'm kind of having to open my mind about too. And we still don't know within our company what that's going to look like. I would assume bioavailable. So that I'm here for. But yeah, I'm really excited to see, just the growth and the new things that are going to be available to us. Later, after you're gone, I'll fill in the blanks. We'll talk about affiliates and being a brand partner a little bit since we've got 2 more days on that special. But yeah. I really appreciate you being here, Jen. We always have such good talks, and you really speak to a large crowd. There's so many people out there that need hope, and they need to hear what you have to say. Keep shining your light.
What a powerful story.
I was wishing I was gonna be. I'm gonna log on my phone while we're driving where we're going so that I can hear your story, Lori, because I had to go.
You have an amazing story. It was so fun to listen to, and like seriously, for everything that you've gone through, and now you feel amazing. Like that is incredible.
Yeah, it is, because I didn't think I was going to feel
and thank God for that. Yeah,
exactly. So, but yeah, I heard your story's amazing too. So I will hop on my phone and watch it while we're driving. But thank you so much for having me on.
Yes, have a great weekend.
I will. I'll go. I'm going to go find my Facebook and put it in the comments. So.
All right, perfect.
Thank you.
Good to have you, Jen.
Right. I just quick peeked over at Instagram. I don't see any new comments over there. And unfortunately on Instagram, I don't have any way of saving these feeds. I can maybe upload it there later. I really barely have any Instagram followers. Like I don't get Instagram. I do feel it's great that StreamYard allows me to stream over there, but I am just not an Instagrammer. Facebook is kind of my home. I guess it's official. I'm 53. I still like Facebook.
We all do.
So, yeah. So, Lori, I am super excited. Now, you tell your story however you want, wherever you want to start.
Oh
Let's
boy.
hear.
Okay. So, I don't even know, 2000 and I don't even know, like 3.5 years ago. Well, first I battled with my weight my whole entire life. Ever since I can probably remember, even like puberty even. And 3 years ago, I had bariatric surgery, and I did lose a significant amount of weight, but I could never reach my goal weight ever, and it would just stop. I probably did like 75 hard like 3 different times, which is basically, if you're not familiar with that, it's eating a pretty clean diet and then you're doing like 2 workouts a day. I did a 45-minute workout and then I would just do a walk outside for like 45 minutes. And the scale I didn't gain, but I sure wouldn't lose. And
Wow.
it just stopped. And I was obviously in my, how old am I? I think I was like 40, how old am I now? 46, 3 years ago, 43. And I just couldn't lose anymore. And I was getting super frustrated. I got put on all this medication, all these pills, like nothing was working. Otherwise, I'd have terrible, terrible, terrible side effects, especially like moodiness and stomach cramping and lots of terrible side effects. So I was
And
like,
that was after the surgery, but before
yes,
you tried GLP-1s.
yes, this is all
Okay.
before GLP-1s.
Okay.
And so anyway, and I had, I mean, a pretty good amount of weight to lose yet. I felt like I was definitely better because I had lost, I don't even know how many pounds, 80 maybe from the very
Oh,
beginning, like
wow.
50 from
Yeah.
surgery or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I couldn't get any farther down. And so anyway, then I tried, everyone I know in the healthcare field goes through this company, LEMD. And my upline Marie is like absolutely amazing. And I kind of followed her and started seeing all of her posts and everything like that. And that's when I was like, you know what? Screw this. I'm going to try it. I had so many patients that were like talking about GLP-1s, even on lupus, and like their doctors were prescribing all these peptides for inflammation and Lyme's disease and like all of these different things. So, and all these people had been like, GLP-1 was just coming out of the woodwork with everyone that I came across, it seemed like. So I'm like, well, why am I not trying this? I've literally tried everything. I might as well just try this. And I had no idea what to expect. And so I just started sharing my story because I was like, I'm just going to try this out, see if it goes anywhere, share my story. I mean, there's got to be people in my boat, right? Like, people deal with their weight all the time. I'm just going to share it with everyone and see if all go on a GLP-1 journey together. Well, little did I know, like as soon as I started, it literally, the inflammation in my face and my abdomen just like dropped. And now I've taken a GLP-1 for 16 weeks and have lost 31 pounds. And wow. I really, truly feel like the reason why I couldn't like lose anything from bariatric surgery was because of my hormones. Like, now I'm 46, going to be 47 soon. And my hormones were just so out of whack. I was so inflamed. I was just so unhealthy that nothing was budging. And now I do also feel like I am in my 30s, like just physically feel like that. My joints don't hurt getting out of bed anymore. I mean, like when I hear Jen telling her story, like which is so powerful. I mean, she's a breast cancer survivor and she feels amazing. Like, I will scream GLP-1s to the top of the rooftop because they make you feel so good.
Yeah.
It's
So,
only
and
because,
and then Lori, if you didn't feel good on them, what would you do?
yeah, I'd stop taking them.
Right.
You know,
That's
like,
what just like really gets me is
yeah,
then why does someone stay there until something bad has happened? It doesn't
right.
happen the
Yeah.
first month. That doesn't happen the
Mm-hmm.
first 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
So why would someone stay?
Right. Exactly. I mean, like, and everyone has had everyone that I have had as a client has, or customer has lost weight on them. And it might be not as fast as you want, but everyone's journey is going to be different. And I was so inflamed that, yes, I lost right away. And now I'm like pretty much like a pound a week, sometimes 2 pounds a week and stuff. But that's like a normal, healthy weight loss. You don't want to lose it too fast either, because then like you're not going to sustain it. I'm here to sustain it. I'm here to feel healthy. I'm here for the longevity. And when I started even taking NAD, my energy soared through the roof. Like, I can crush the workouts like I never had before. Like, all of these peptides are in our bodies. We're just waking them up. I mean, like, this is all science backed, and I'm here for it, because all that pills and all that garbage, I would never go back to again.
I agree. And tell me again, you're a ultrasound or what kind
Yep.
of work are you in?
Yep. I do ultrasounds. Yep.
Yeah.
And going back to the question of the gallbladder, I don't have a gallbladder, and I've never had any issues with anything at all. Like,
Yeah, but
no
it
problems.
wasn't because of GLP-1s, right?
No,
That
I
for
didn't
some
have a
reason,
gallbladder because of
your
my,
gallbladder messed up before that.
yeah, I had my second baby and I had to have it out 6 weeks postpartum, and that was many years ago. So
Yeah. So then, I mean, what did they blame it on then? Like, what did you do wrong? What were you taking? What could you blame it on?
right, exactly.
Yeah.
And I mean, and I still like had like fatty livers. Obviously I don't have fatty liver anymore, and I've known that because I do ultrasounds and you can actually see fatty liver. And even like the amount of, you can just, even in an ultrasound, you can tell in someone's body whether they have a healthy organs or not. And the night and day difference, even with weight loss, is astronomical.
That would be so interesting.
Mhm.
That would
Yeah.
be so interesting. I know
Yeah.
for myself, I'm kind of interrupting you, but when
No,
I
that's
first
okay.
started my detox journey, my like cellular level detox, and I was working on my liver and taking, it's a product called Tudka, and I would have these bowel movements that looked like you dumped a bowl of soggy grape nuts out in the toilet, just complete liver stones. That would have
Wow.
been so amazing to see what my liver looked like before
Yeah.
and after
Oh,
that.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, keep talking. That would be amazing. That ultrasound, oh, that would be a fun pair of eyes
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
be able
It's
to
just
look at
crazy.
the
And like,
body with.
and that's why it's so important just to get healthy. I mean, like, yes, I want to get healthy for my husband and my kids and everything, but it's for me. Like, I want to feel good and I want to be around for as long as I possibly can. And I want to feel good. I have patients all the time that are in their 70s and 80s, and I know what I want to feel like and do at that age and not do or feel at that age. And that's why we're doing this. It's not necessarily just for the looks and all that kind of stuff, which, yeah, it's great to feel confident after you lose weight, but we are in this for the long haul. Like, you work out so you can actually lift things when you're 80 and do things that way and move. Like, our bodies are made to move, and we are just like, I mean, our foods are not the greatest in the world just because of the world that we live in. So we're trying to eat as clean as possible and exercise as much as we can. But these peptides, I have never, I mean, even eating a clean diet, yes, that definitely helps in how you feel. but just like the joint pain
Well, yeah,
and the
you like you
energy.
said, you were doing that. What did you call it? Hard 70 or
75 hard.
75 hard. So that was,
Hmm.
I mean, that was extreme athletes. That
Oh
that was
yeah.
dedication,
Hmm.
and the inflammation was still there. So
Oh,
it's all
terrible.
about that metabolic
Yeah.
balance. So I want to ask you, I hear so many of my customers, and some of them, we as a functional practitioner, we had tried a lot of things to manage their depression and anxiety naturally. And then
Hmm.
when I got this connection with the LEMD's telehealth, I'm like, well, you don't necessarily need to lose weight, but are you interested in hearing about this? We hear
Hmm.
about that gut brain connection. Were you one of those that had any mental health improvements taking a GLP-1?
Well, because I obviously have some form of food addiction, because I've struggled it with my whole entire life. I should go back into my story though, because so when I couldn't lose any weight, I was doing 75 hard, really hard, a lot. Um, I basically gave up and gained 30 pounds in a year. So if anyone tells you that bariatric surgery isn't,
That
it's a
wasn't the
tool.
easy way either. Yeah, that wasn't the
Yeah,
easy way either. And there's
no,
so much guilt, there's so much shaming around that. None of this is easy.
no. But I mean, to be truthful, and everyone's story is different, and I didn't have any complications with my surgery. It was very simple and everything was great. I honestly wish I would have known about GLP-1s before my surgery, just because now I have to worry about deficiencies and like different things like that. And it is an invasive procedure. And so I'm telling anyone that, like, even if you're 50, 100 pounds overweight, like these will work for you. I mean, it definitely cuts your food noise, it decreases your cravings, and that's stuff that works in your brain. And that's what the mental health part for me is, like, huge. I'll probably always microdose after I get to a goal weight, because I don't want to go back to having the food noise. Like when I go home, I would just raid the pantry and there's like no rhyme or reason. Like, just, I don't know, because there's something in my brain that's wrong with food. I don't know.
Right. Well, and a lot of it that we don't realize is by the end of the day, we were spent.
Yeah.
Those neurotransmitters were spent.
Yeah.
And so if you don't have something in the crock pot, if you don't have something waiting for you, especially as hardworking female professionals, you're just spent by the you
Yeah.
cannot make one more good decision. So if it's not there prepped out perfectly for you, you just
Yeah.
your give a shit's broken by that time of
Yeah.
the day, and you
Yeah.
just make those bad choices.
Hmm.
And plus then you have that party in your mouth, and there's that little pleasure center and
Hmm.
that hit.
Hmm.
So then your habits become bad easily
Yeah.
because you are rewarded in
Hmm.
your nervous system, in your pleasure centers. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's a crazy thing.
It
Food
is
science.
unbelievable. And I can't even like tell anyone about, like, you don't even know how much food noise you have until you don't have it. Like,
Yes.
you have no idea. Like, if you are overweight at all, it's like you have food noise and you don't even realize it. And this like takes it away and brings those cravings down. Like, it is unbelievable. I've never had anything like that in my surgery, and that is my favorite part of the GLP-1, just because I battle that.
Well, and you feel
And
like you have control.
for sure, like,
You feel like you're
yes,
given control back.
yes.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, it was interesting that Jen talked about her thyroid, because I have Hashimoto's also.
Me
And
too. Yeah.
yeah, and I was terrible about taking my thyroid medication, because they always said, like, with your thyroid medication, you should not take any like calcium within 2 hours of it. So I was always forgetting it and everything. And I literally didn't take it for 6 months because I I don't know. I just stopped caring about it, I guess. And
Well,
then,
it must not have been doing anything for you
no,
because you didn't miss it.
no. And I wasn't really having a whole lot of Hashimoto's symptoms, probably because perimenopausal was overtaking everything. That I was thinking that that's what everything was, which I truly think that that was everything. And we'll get into that. But anyway, the Hashimoto's, I have a type 1 diabetic son, and we hit our out-of-pocket max. And I'm like, well, I might as well just get my thyroid hormones figured out, checked to see where I'm at, because I've hit the out-of-pocket max. And I did, just to figure out, like, I should probably figure out if I need to go up on dose and stuff, since I've been a very non-compliant patient. And they were normal. Like, I mean, and I can't tell you for sure if it's the GLP-1, but I mean, come on, Jen's story and my story, and our thyroids are normal. That's crazy.
Yep. Yeah. Well, I think there's something about it, if you think of your body like a Swiss watch, it all goes together. In the medical field, you send somebody to an endocrinologist, and you send them to a nephrologist, and and all these things, but they all have to go together.
Right.
So we know that inflammation is the root cause of everything breaking down in your body.
Yes.
It's like rusting on the inside, or like if you cut an apple and you leave it sit on the counter, it will turn brown. That brown is an oxidative process. That's what happens in our body. Your inflammation is like that browning. It's an oxidative reaction. And I feel like you get attacked where you're genetically weak. So wherever your genes are kind of working against you, that's where that disease is going to set up fastest in your body, wherever it is. But yeah, whether it's, that you probably had Epstein-Barr, I'm assuming, when you were young, that's probably where your Hashimoto's rooted in. But that thyroid is just a warm, little fuzzy environment, and it's that virus that is in there, and your body's trying to clean it out. So so that is an inflammatory response, and everything is just revved up. So when you calmed things down with that GLP-1, your body was like, yes, finally, now we can go fix this thyroid thing.
Right. Well, and it's such a your thyroid is such a metabolic center, and it's fixing your hormones from the inside out. And that's why all of these perimenopausal symptoms are leaving. I mean, like, it is unbelievable. And if I could tell anyone that is perimenopausal or even menopausal, these will help you. Huge. You don't have to suffer, like, at all. You can, I mean, why? Like, it is worth every single penny for the food noise, for the weight loss, for the perimenopausal symptoms, for the thyroid. Like, literally, you guys, like, these are it. Everyone needs to know this.
And again, if next month your story changes and you start seeing things in your body that you don't like, that you're not singing praises, what do? You stop.
Yeah.
You stop.
Right. I literally, and I mean, I did gain 30 pounds in a whole year, and yes, everyone's journey is different, but I lost 31 pounds in 16 weeks now.
That's what it was. Now you're like even. Yeah.
Yes. And this is literally the only thing that started moving that scale after doing everything. And I was doing everything right. I was eating, was working out all the time, and nothing was working until my hormones were starting to work from the inside out, because these are science-backed. And there's study after study after study about all of this. And so anyone that says, like, oh, GLP is the cheating way out, sign me up. I mean, like, if you want to call me a cheater, go for it. Like, these are amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, boo-hoo. Yeah, I always say, now this is just my thing. I don't have proof. I don't have science. This is all my own conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
Is I think that crap in our food, from nanoparticles to food dye to all those things, I think it broke something in our
Oh
body.
yeah, for
I
sure.
think there
Yep.
was malicious intent,
Hmm.
to a place where a lot of us, we're not going to organically eat our way out of it.
No, no, there's no way you can.
Yeah.
There's too much
Yeah.
additives and too much preservatives. And like, I mean, even if you can get fresh food all the time, where I'm in South Dakota, so that's not possible. But like, even if you can, there are still so much garbage in our foods that it's just, you just can't eat clean. And so that's what I mean is like, even as much as I was eating healthy, I've never felt this good ever, ever.
How about the digestion for you? Do you have to do anything to mitigate constipation?
Yes, but I had that since my bariatric surgery. So that's not
Oh,
because of the GLP-1s, it's because of the surgery.
yeah.
And so, and it's not horrible. I still, all I have to do is take gummy vitamins. Sometimes there's a thing called that I've taken. The gummy vitamins honestly do the trick, and so I can go every day. But that's not because of the GLP-1s, it's because of my surgery. But some
Yeah.
people will have constipation as a side effect as well because you're
Or the
getting so much
opposite.
more
Yeah,
protein.
or the opposite.
Or the opposite, yeah.
Or the opposite. I find with myself, we tend to eat a lot of meat, and
Hmm.
I have a history of having low stomach acid. So whether I would be doing a GLP-1 or not, that's something that I'm probably going to have to mitigate for the rest of my
Hmm.
life. I have a hiatal hernia, so I have to, it doesn't like dairy. And
Yeah.
when I started using a GLP-1, that did become a lot more pronounced. And
Oh,
um,
sure.
that problem was there pre-existing. I knew
Hmm.
that, so I knew I was going to have to manage it. And then having low stomach acid, that when food does sit in your stomach longer, I help a lot of people either use a digestive enzyme or
Yeah.
apple cider vinegar or something,
Hmm.
because we
Hmm.
are slowing that down. Or if people are having problems like what you'd call side effects, we do food allergy testing. A lot of
Sure.
people have food allergies that they don't know about, their
Hmm.
IgG. And again,
Hmm.
when those foods, your body, normally, if somebody had really fast digestion or diarrhea, it's because your body's like, get this out.
Yeah.
So there was already a problem. There was food allergies or
Because
something.
it was looking at it as foreign.
Rushing, right? And now, if you slow it down and the body can't rush it, that those things can look like side effects. They can make
Hmm.
you feel not good, but
Hmm.
there is a place to investigate. Let's do some
Right.
food allergy testing. Let's find
Hmm.
out what your body would prefer not to sit in your stomach.
Right.
So those things are super important. For me, my body likes a healthy dose of magnesium, with or
Sure.
without GLP-1s. So
Hmm.
that's when you're working with somebody on the functional side, it's all about listening.
Hmm.
Symptoms, no matter what, are your body trying to communicate like a toddler
For
without
sure.
spoken words. And we just need to slow down and listen.
Hmm. I agree 100%.
Yeah.
And like even the I can't even, like the perimenopausal symptoms, I was having a lot of night sweats and a lot of well, bitchiness and mood swings and a lot of hot flashes and different things like that. And my mood has gotten so much better with the GLP-1 and even better with the NAD also. And the energy has become way better on both of those things as well. But the hot flashes and the night sweats, um, I've seen I haven't had any for I don't even know how long now. And it's been 16 weeks. Like they
Yeah.
just aren't there anymore. Like, and again, that's not saying that's for everyone, but you will hear a testimony after testimony after testimony after testimony that they help with perimenopausal women. Like it's incredible.
Yeah. And
And
I think a
so,
lot of it is the blood sugar being in balance.
Yes.
You know, a
Yes.
lot of it is
Mhm.
is it hormones or blood sugar? Which came first, the chicken or the
Yep.
egg? Yeah.
Mhm. And they are interchangeable. I mean, like they work hand in hand together. And
Yeah.
so it is just, it's been an incredible journey. And I just want to share it with everyone, because if I can feel like this at almost 47 years old and battled with weight my whole entire life and feel this good, everyone should. I mean, like, everyone truly should. If I can get rid of my perimenopausal symptoms, if I can get rid of my thyroid, and have normal labs and not have to rely on a medication anymore, and go finally hit a goal weight like ever, I am going to tell every single person I know about it.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. And nobody forced you to. And
Heck
you
no.
know, nobody's we are our own everything, right?
Mhm.
We are independent. So now this, we don't know each other very well, so this is some more of my politics. This is
Yeah.
another reason why I love LEMD. I don't know. Oh, you said it was some of your coworkers that were using it. So
I
how
had
I found,
coworkers and friends that like would come out of the woodworks and just like, I mean, you don't even pay attention, and then all of a sudden you're just hearing GLP-1, 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 and
yes,
you're like,
yes.
what is happening here?
Yes, yes. My that part, the business side, I couldn't say I was for it or against it. I just didn't have access and I didn't know even where the sources were. I honestly didn't care. And I had clients that would ask about it and I'm like, geez, I don't know. I
Mhm.
don't know anything about it. I don't know where you get it. I can try to help you naturally activate it, but I don't know. And then I got a cold market message on Facebook, and it was this gal asking me about peptides, and I could tell where the conversation was going. It was some kind of affiliate marketing or maybe direct sales or something. And I'm like, wait a minute. Like, back up. Are you telling me that somebody has got a direct sales going on with pharmaceuticals? I'm like, sign me up.
Mhm.
Because I love one that, well, it's not brand name. We're dealing with generics and we're
Mhm.
dealing with telehealth. But I love that we are getting a royalty on a product that we love and use
For
instead
sure.
of the TV commercials, right?
Mhm.
I
Yep.
love that, direct sales for me, I'm not selling anything. I'm just telling a story, right?
Mhm.
Just like a commercial is telling a story.
Right.
And so I love that entrepreneurship where we get the budget that the companies otherwise would be spending on commercials.
Right.
So I'm like, well, sure, I'll probably try it. I'm one
Mhm.
that's gonna try most anything that I'm
Mhm.
gonna talk about.
Mhm.
So I was just like, wow, this lady is brilliant. And then I researched the CEO of the company,
Mhm.
Hanley, and I'm like, wow, this is a woman that I could look up to. Like, this is a ship I want to get on. I could just see the genuine beauty in in the process. So
Well, and like it is, I mean, this 503A pharmacy and everything, like peptides are out there all over. And I've really come into a lot of people that are like, well, I can get it cheaper somewhere else. Well, good luck with that, because you have no idea what you're injecting in your body. And that's why I love LAMD, because of that reason. Like, I know exactly it's the purest form because of this company and because of the pharmacy. Like, I mean, all of this other stuff is so researched and everything. You could have like massive problems like your
yes,
whole life if you don't know what you're injecting. And that's why it's going to be a higher price point. It's for a reason. You need to invest in your health, and it's not going to be the cheapest place
and it's
because you
really
know
not
exactly
that
what you're
high.
getting.
Yeah, and
Yes.
it's really not that high. So
No,
there
it
are
definitely is not
no,
that
it's
high,
not.
because if you're looking at, hey, I'm going to Starbucks or going out to eat, I'd rather get a peptide for instead
Right.
of doing that.
Well, and plus at checkout, there's no surprises. So I
No.
did check around on some of the other companies once I understood that there was places you could do this, and
Mm-hmm.
they have surprises at the checkout. There's
Yep.
subscription fees, there's doctor fees, there's shipping fees, and Elliot is just upfront. They don't do that. So I do appreciate that about them. And there's so many things that I appreciate. And a lot of other companies aren't offering that earn your peptide.
Right.
I have a lot of customers or clients or whatever you want to say.
Mm-hmm.
They say on average for customers similar to you and what you
Mm-hmm.
want to use, your
Mm-hmm.
peptides are free. So I love that there's room in this space because
Oh, for sure. And
people in the
all we're doing
middle,
is telling our story anyway.
right, right, and people in the middle, not everybody has to build some big business that's gonna give them royalties for 20 years. They maybe just, even want that extra money back. So
Mm-hmm.
they feel like they're not, you know how it is, especially when you're
Mm-hmm.
a mom and the kids need the. I was at Shields. I don't we don't buy stuff like that for the kids or the grandkids, but I was at Shields and I'm like, this is the going rate for sweatpants?
Oh, I
What?
know. Isn't
Are
that
you
crazy?
kidding? I'm like, okay,
Well,
yeah,
and that brings up a good
I'll
point.
buy
So,
peptides. I'll
yeah.
buy peptides or I'll buy sweatpants. Like, like, are
Well,
you kidding?
that brings up a good point, because I posted a while back, because I started my journey like early October or sometime in October, right? And it was like near Christmas, and I had tried, my daughter and I went shopping, and I had tried this like cute like jumpsuit on at Altered State in the mall, and it was super cute and stuff, and it was tight, and I was like, and I had posted like, this is my goal jumpsuit, and it was $100, and I don't spend that kind of money on myself, like, at all. But I thought, and I was like, I better buy that jumpsuit, because I know I can fit into it, because I've lost weight, right? And that was my goal and everything like that. And I was thinking about it, and I was like, it is $100. Why wouldn't I just order a peptide instead? Like, this is crazy. And that's exactly what I did.
I love it.
And so I will invest in my health because of how I feel.
Yep.
And
Yep.
that's the difference. Like, I don't need Starbucks. I don't need to go out to eat. And if you break it down per day, like, you guys, this is basically $5 to $12 a day. As how I feel, worth it.
Right. Well, and then it's all of the potential. We do feel better when we're lighter. We feel better on a vanity standpoint, but it's a cardiovascular
Yeah.
issue. It's a
Yeah.
cancer issue.
Mhm.
It's all of those things. And I do think sometimes you need to get past a certain age and then, there's a flip that gets switched in your brain when
Yeah.
you're like, oh, this is it. There's like no
Mhm.
trade up model coming my way. Like this
Right.
is the body that I get from now until the grave.
Yeah.
There's no, brand new model rolling out. I better start taking care of this one. And I do think that, there's just a certain age where that hits, where it really becomes a
Mhm.
reality. Probably about 40, it hits really hard. The
Yes, I
30th
agree with that.
birthday, yeah,
Yeah.
around 30, you're starting to anticipate it. But
Mhm.
yeah, around 40, you're like, yeah, this is real. Like,
Yeah.
and then you're in your mind, you've still got these goals, you've got these aspirations, and your brain still thinks you're 20.
Mhm.
And now your body is acting like it's 60.
Yeah.
At Awaken Wellness, I've got a little bioenergetic test that I do that gives you your real age versus your biologic age, or like your energy
Mhm.
age.
Mhm.
And oh man, when I've got somebody, in their 30s and that thing is like, your body thinks it's 60. Like that's a heavy hitter.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's hard. That's real
Well,
hard.
and I think I get faced with that every day just at work, just because, I mean, I do scan a lot of people, and I scan a lot of people that are having problems because obviously that's why I see them. Um, and the amount of pain that people are in because of their health and their body habitus, and even just in the shape that they are. And believe me, I was there. I mean, I'm not judging anyone. I was well over 100 pounds heavier, and I knew what that felt like. Even going to the gym, it was awful. I was praying every single day that I wasn't going to collapse. So I totally get it. But how I feel now, like my heart just breaks for those people, because it is possible. It is so possible to lose it and to feel better and to get better and not have the pain like you did before.
Yes. Yeah, so we've had some people kind of coming and going. I've been checking for comments. I don't see any. So we are going to kind of focus on that replay. If
Yeah.
anybody is here on the replay, reach out to Lori. She is definitely looking for brand partners. She's looking for people that she can help coach and grow in the income side of LEMD, as well as just customers who are ready to say, okay, this worked for you. I want to try it for 3 months. So when we do our first peptide, we always do a 3-month supply, and you start at that microdose, and then after 3 months, you're going to check in with your provider and you're going to weigh in. How do I feel? What are my goals? How do I want to proceed? So I love that. And no, if someone tries and it's not for them after that first month, there is no refunds, unfortunately. But absolutely no one is going to force them past their comfort zone in doing something that they don't want to do. So it's a beautiful opportunity all the way around. There are people in our company that are quitting their day jobs. I want to plug LEMD. I don't know if you've heard the stats lately, but the company is only 20 months old. So the growth is crazy because, one, they're doing things right legally and politically, and two, they are so generous and heartfelt. In 20 months, the company has paid out $30 million in commissions. So it is. So like I said earlier, if the commercials were on ABC or all over Google ads or whatever, that's what they would have paid out in advertising. But instead, they gave you a share, they gave me a share, they gave thousands of other people a share to help in their financial aspirations as well. They're not only helping people become healthier with peptides and what's coming, they're helping everyday Joes become wealthier. So, like, pairing that blessing of financial health with physical health, like, I don't know of anybody else doing this. That model, that business model to me is going to be blessed, is going to prosper here in the Matrix. It's going to go forward. And if someone wants to join us, they're still in early. This company is only 2 years old. Like the big companies like doTERRA, or like when you think of multi-level marketing, whatever comes to your mind, like think of if you would have been in the first 2 years.
Oh yeah, and I've never ever sold anything. Like, I guess I should take that back. I sold maybe Color Street for like a month. I don't even know, but I wasn't good at it. Like I literally started telling my story just because I knew other people had to have been in the same boat. And I am here to help any of you because I I truly want to help people. I am in the medical field. I help people every day. That is honestly my passion. And even if you have 100 pounds to lose or 10 pounds to lose, these GLP-1 will work for you with weight loss, food noise, inflammation, perimenopausal symptoms, everything. So don't think if you don't have much weight to lose that they're not for you, because they will work wonders in so many aspects. And that is why I started.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. We had an awesome conversation,
Oh,
Lori.
it was so
It
wonderful.
was,
Thank
it
you so
was
much for
awesome.
having
Yeah.
me come on, and I truly can't thank you enough. And there will be, I appreciate everyone that jumped on to support me. I know I bugged a lot of you, and I appreciate you watching the replay. If you could just put on my Facebook page replay. There will also be, and again, I thank you for the support. Thank you for coming on. There's also going to be an FAQ video that's about 13 minutes long, right, Tanya?
Yeah. Yep.
And please watch it and let me know when we can chat about it, because I would love to go over things, answer any questions, and please reach out to me and we can talk all about it.
Always remember out there on social media, just like a small business, this day and age, whether it's us here on our Facebook pages or where you buy your groceries or hardware, the tips these days are likes, shares, and follows, and Google reviews. So don't forget to like, share, follow, and just pass this along. I will be uploading this on your page, so it will live
Awesome.
there, Lori. And then for her friends, just click that share button. Just click the share button. That's how you tip people in this day and age. Have
Well,
a
I
great
can thank you so
weekend.
much. It was so fun, and it was awesome to hear Jen's story. That was just so powerful and inspiring, and I just really hope that everyone tries these because they are life-changing.
Oh yeah, and we're gonna do this again. There's always new
Yeah.
ears for it to fall on, and we're gonna have so many new products to talk about
Yeah.
by
Oh
April.
yeah, there's
So I don't know
so
where
many
you're
things coming
at
up
or
the
what you're
pipeline.
trying, but get some new stuff ordered so we have more to
Yeah.
talk about.
That sounds
All right.
great.
Good night.
Yeah, thank you. Good night.
Bye-bye.